All right, is everybody ready for some Gypsy Queen tonight, our new release? As we generally like to do, I'm going to go over some information to get us all kind of on the same page before we actually start ripping into things tonight. So while everybody's getting in the room and getting settled, we're going to go ahead and get rolling with that. So first thing there, feedback. Mine is set to be automated on eBay. Has been for a long time. So anytime that you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. So yeah, we like that, right? No waiting. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. Next up, if I can get my mouse to the right spot, this is what is already listed on eBay that we're going to be breaking in the days ahead. So, tomorrow night it is Inception Baseball, Panini One Football by the Master Case, which is a 20-box case, consists of two 10-box inner cases in a bigger box. And then it is, excuse me, it is new release day for Leaf Metal Draft Football. So we're going to break a case of that as well. Spots are sold by the first letter of the last name, and it is here already, so we know we don't have to worry. You know, sometimes Leaf is dicey. We don't know if we're going to get it on time. It actually came early, so we'll be ready to go with it. On Friday night, we have a couple of other new releases, and we're going to start a hair later than normal at 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific. We're going to open a case of National Treasures football and a 16-box case quantity of Prism Draft Picks Collegiate Football. And those, again, will have spots sold by the first letter of the last name because these guys obviously haven't been drafted yet. And they are loose boxes from shared cases. So we've got a half case coming from one distributor, a half case coming from another distributor. Going to pair them up together. That's how that will work. Both Saturday night and Sunday night will be off nights because I got to get my taxes ready. But then on Monday, we'll come back with a big bang and do Inception Baseball, Impeccable Basketball, and National Treasures Football. I know, right? That's a great lineup for Monday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Here's what you need to know about tonight. I'm expecting that what we're breaking should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Monday. If I can get it sent out sooner than Monday, of course I will gladly do so. But since I'm not 100% certain that I can, we're going to leave it setting for Monday and hope that I can get it done sooner. We don't need to worry about consolation cards in this break. There are tons of cards in here. Everybody's going to hit cards and receive a package for their team. So let me double check, guys, ahead. I'm going to leave you on this page for 1 second. I'm going to see if those last couple payments I was waiting on have come in. Just give me 1 second. And I will tell you, looks like they have. All right, so then we are ready to keep on cruising down the road here. This is a half box, or let's try that again. It is a 5-box half case break of Gypsy Queen Baseball, which just released today. So it is a new release product. It ended tonight on eBay, the same night we are breaking it, which is Wednesday night, the 25th of March. We've got our team names there on the left-hand side, and the eBay user ID of our winning bidder is up in lights across from their team on the opposite side. Thank you, everyone, for getting your payments in. That definitely makes life easier. Things go a little more smoothly, don't they? Last little piece of business here. You will notice that your background is about to get blurry. That is intentional. I don't want you to worry about that. We don't care what's in the background. We only care what we see on our cards, and that part we're going to be able to see very, very well. All right, so let me get these 5 boxes here. Excuse me, sorry, my allergies have just gone nuts. According to the Weather Channel app on my phone, well, I would love it if this would actually come out of there. According to the Weather Channel app on my phone, it is tree pollen that is making everything nasty for us allergy sufferers right now. Seems early for tree pollen, but I guess it isn't. Apologies in advance for all the times I may have to do that tonight. I'm going to try to hold it to a minimum, I promise. All right, so Gypsy Queen, we are looking for 2 on-card autographs per box. We're also going to find a box loader in here. Those are usually pretty nice. I assume they will be again this year, like a Glassworks type deal. Oh, I forgot. We're in the top. We're in the... we do it differently. Sorry, forgot. That we've gone to the littler cards. We used to have the bigger box loaders, but now I think we had these last year too. Old habits die hard, right? And in addition to that, we'll probably see some parallels. Usually you can find things like missing nameplates, missing Gypsy Queen logo, different things like that. If we happen to see it as we're going through, I will point it out. And if I don't catch it going through, which some of the subtle changes I may not catch, understand that, of course, A, you can point it out to me in chat and say, hey, I want another look at that. And B, you're going to get it if you see it go by because, well, all the cards ship in here. So our first little box loader chrome, it looks like Justin Verlander for the Astros is on it. Our second out, we have the Yankees and James Paxton. That one is numbered to 150. And then our third one here heads to the Boston Red Sox with Mookie Betts. So those are our box loaders. Jay Allen, you need the Phillies. All right, we're going to work on that for you. And Stephen is here. Hi, Stephen. You're looking for the Nationals tonight. Okay, we'll see what we can do about that. Jay Allen, you've got a lot of pollen where you are too. I think it's just really been in the last week that it has massively kicked up here. I mean, it has been miserable. Despite all the medication I take to keep it from being miserable, it still is. What are you going to do, right? Yeah, right, for sure, Jay Allen. The logo swap, the missing logo, although I don't see the Gypsy Queen logo, the little... the Gypsy herself. Sometimes she's been on there in the past. She's not on there this year. And then, of course, we'll find usually there are inserts for minis. There are inserts for tarot cards. There are black and white inserts. There are blue inserts. There can be black ones. The black ones would be 1 of 1. We could find red ones. Those are to 5. I'm trying to think what else. It's kind of the usual. I don't think they've made a lot of changes to Gypsy Queen. Usually it's pretty similar from year to year. Nate, you said you've seen some breaks and the breaker has been seeing the auto or variation or parallel as the 5th card in each pack. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, you know what? We'll set these packs aside then. We'll wait and see. Since these are stacked together, we wouldn't know if it's the 5th pack, but we'll test it out on 1 or 2 of those. We can definitely see it's the 5th one there now because that is our blue variation makes that one super obvious. And it is numbered to 250. Of course, I don't open mine pack by pack because I just don't. I like to have them in a little bit of a stack. But to test out your theory, we will work on that going forward. And just check it out on some other packs along the way. And see if that's the case. If it is, we may have to take them out of the box a little differently so we can account for that. And of course, there can also be just like, they're not technically called high number short prints in here, but the equivalent of what is a high number short print that you would find in Heritage or something like that, whereby a certain part of the checklist, if it's a certain number forward, is technically quote unquote an SP. So that's just as an aside. And this is an insert, of course, for one of our tarot cards, Marte, for the Pirates. And again, we should find plenty of those as we go along. And one of our, actually I feel a mini on the bottom too. Let's go ahead and grab both of those at the same time. So there's a fortune teller mini for Mike Trout. Of course, these are different size than they used to be, but they were a bigger size like this last year too, the best I recall. Yordan Alvarez and the Astros, our other one. We should probably find in general, I would say, somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 4 or 5 of those a box, I would think. Just based on the odds, you know, I think it's likely that we'll find about that many. For the Red Sox, we've got, this is technically, I guess, considered the, is this considered the indigo or is this considered the blue? I think blue and indigo are so similar in color. Either way, it's numbered to 150, and I'm not sure if they're technically calling that the blue or technically calling that the indigo. There's the two different shades. See, they're kind of similar, right? But anyway, I guess it's one or the other. The important thing is it's numbered. That's the part that we all care about, isn't it? Yes, it definitely is. And what I will do when we open these other packs is I will put them down in a way where we can see what is one pack, the start of another pack, the start of another pack, and then we'll test out that fifth card theory and see if that is indeed the case. I take your word for it, though. If you've watched a bunch and they're coming out that way, then we'll assume that you are right. All right, so you are saying that that last one we looked at, the one that I called blue, is technically the indigo, and the other, what I'm going to say is a duller sort of color, is what they're calling blue. Okay, all right, we'll work with that. We can work with that. So we'll just kind of set them down like this. And then if we find that, yeah, the fifth card in every single pack is that way, then we'll just do it this way going forward. It takes a little bit longer, but not that much longer. So we can all live with that, right? I think we can. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's our autograph. So we're dead on there. Like it. And what a way to start it off. An autograph that, if you've got the Astros, is exactly who you want. There is your man, Yordan Alvarez. That's an excellent way to start our first break and first box of Gypsy Queen. So, woohoo! Congratulations to the Astros. That would make, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost my count. So that would mean that this Max Scherzer is supposed to be something, but I don't know what it is that he would be. Is he a high number? What's the number on the card? No, not really. So I don't know what the variation would be on that, but if you're saying, are you saying every fifth card is a variation, or just when you see the variations, they have been the fifth card? So that's two different things. All right, there's an autograph. We'll go ahead and look at the rest of the base in there. And our second autograph out is Colby. Is it Allard or Allard? Either way, there he is. And he's a Texas Ranger these days. So there's little Colby. Okay, so it is not that every fifth card is a hit. It's just when you are finding a hit, it is the fifth card. Okay. So then technically we don't really have to probably stack them all out separately, because most of the quote-unquote hits in here are pretty easy to find generally. All right, there is Dylan Cease. That is the White Sox. I should have thought to ask you that before I stacked them separately, right? It doesn't matter, though. It's all good. There is a Verlander for one of our tarot inserts. It always takes a time or two to get into a rhythm with a new product anyway. So Tampa Bay Rays and Brendan McKay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 currently of the little, what they're calling minis. They're not as many these days, not like they used to be, but anyway. Rafael Devers tarot. We probably won't flip those tarot every single time. When they're numbered, of course we will, but as we go into future boxes, we won't worry about that unless they are numbered. Then we would flip it over, of course. Alrighty, there we go, kids. There is box number 1. We started it off quite nicely with the Yordan Alvarez, and let's see what we can find in the next one. Yeah, I just looked over there and said Jay Allen said that last year that the one that was called Indigo was to 150. So, yeah, you know, I don't remember that from year to year. I do well to remember it from break to break, honestly. I know they call one Indigo, and I know they call one Blue, but I never can remember which one is which. So, but Jay Allen's got my back on it. I like it. One of our box topper chrome is Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Then we have the Yankees and DJ LeMahieu, and the Boston Red Sox numbered to 99 with a little Michael Chavis. Is this one of the products? You might remember this, Jay Allen. I don't know, 6 weeks or so ago, maybe I guess longer than that by now, when they had the industry summit. You remember I told you guys they were going to make some products in a chrome variation later in the year. One of them is Allen and Ginter. Is this the other one? Was Gypsy Queen the other one? Do you guys remember if it was or not? I know Allen and Ginter, and I want to say Gypsy Queen was the other one. All right. If that is the case, then that'll be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind having a whole chrome set of Gypsy Queen. I could be about that. I think we are still getting Flawless Football next week, by the way. That's what all of my distributor personnel are telling me at the moment, that Panini is still set to release that. There's a missing nameplate for Babe Ruth and the Yankees. And as it stands right now, I think that might be the only new release next week. Most stuff, of course, from Panini's been pushed back to mid-April. I just said I'm going to flip over those tarot, and then I flipped that over, didn't I? But they haven't pushed back that one. Not yet. Aha! Ha 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 ha. There's our Gypsy. There she is. There's a variation. She made an appearance. Just, yeah, I know, right? That was real smooth, wasn't it? Oh, ha, 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 ha. I didn't see her till I was starting to move her away. I was starting to move the stack when I saw her, so that's why I was like, aha, eureka. I know. It's sad. I didn't get enough sleep last night. What can I tell you, really? I did not get my good night's rest, and now you get the unfortunate side effects of that tonight. But anyway, I think that is the only new release for next week. Everything else at this point had been moved back to mid-April by Panini. My reps think Topps is going to move the rest of their stuff as well, and they think that that Panini may move it back again beyond where they've already moved it, other than they are expecting Flawless next week. All right, we have an autograph, and it is for Max Muncy and the Dodgers, and it's numbered to 99. So far, I'm digging the hits we've got in Gypsy Queen. We've had a couple of nice ones out already. Max Muncy is another good one. Oh, you said, Jay Allen said I missed some Gypsies in the first box, too. He caught it. He saw a couple go by that I didn't see. Okay, well, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yelich and the Brewers, but again, all the cards ship. So Astros and Alvarez. So if you saw it and I didn't catch it, absolutely, you're still going to get it. Because, you know, this is kind of like Heritage. There are a lot of different moving parts to look for. Missing nameplates and the Gypsy, and is it a short print? Is it this? Is it that? And sometimes I fly right by one. I don't mean to, but I do occasionally, especially the first breakthrough. It's just a lot to try to look for all at once for my poor little old brain anyway. There's another Gypsy Queen, so a logo swap again, and that's Matt Olson. For the A's, I did not say for the Oakland A's, but of course that was for the Oakland A's. We do have lots of Gypsy Queen, though. Still a little Heritage, still some Donruss baseball. So I've got quite a bit of stuff still under the roof, if you will. So we've got plenty of stuff to break, even if they do move a lot of the other releases. Even if they do move them further back, we'll have plenty of stuff to break. We could even get into some older stuff, too, so... Oh, Jay Allen, the autograph was Max Muncy for the Dodgers. It was numbered to 99. So that's one of the two we're going to find in this box. We haven't seen the other one yet. Max Muncy out for the Dodgers was the first one out of box number 2. I do always like Gypsy Queen. I ordered more of it this year than I normally do. Quite a bit more, actually. I don't generally order a ton of it because it's base card heavy coming in on top of Heritage, which is base card heavy coming in on top of Donruss, you know, and so generally by the time we get to Gypsy Queen, I order a little bit less. But this year, I did order more, so as a side effect, we'll have extra stuff to break if we need it. All right, our autograph is for Garcia and the Cubbies. And that's our second one out of this box. And then we have a blue, or rather indigo, I'll get it right in a minute, parallel for the Diamondbacks, and that is numbered, no, maybe that one was blue, because it's to 250, Eduardo Escobar. So we're saying blue is to 250 and indigo is to 150, right? Is that, I think, what we decided? For me, they just both look like blue, so what can I tell you? Here's a nice black and white coming out for the Mets. Numbered 250, you have Wilson Ramos in the black and white parallel. Those are always fun to find. Nice low numbered parallels that are always interesting. I'm going to go ahead and grab that mini because I felt him back there. That would be Mr. Acuna for the Braves. And then we've got our tarot. That's Bellinger for the Dodgers. And what else do we have in here that would be interesting? We've already found our autographs, but we may still yet find some other cool things. Hopefully we will, right? Javi Baez, Cubbies. I think, honestly, one reason that maybe Panini and Topps and these guys are having to think about pushing some stuff back, though frankly I'm surprised they haven't already done it, is because more and more and more states are saying businesses, non-essential businesses have to be closed down, retail has to be closed down, that sort of thing, which of course, while there are certainly not the number of hobby shops present in the U.S. that we once had, there are still lots of them. And if they're closed, I mean, how, and you ship their stuff, what would happen to it? I guess, would UPS ship it back to the company? Would they hold it? Like, I don't know. It's so weird. That was Tatis for the Padres. So as much as anything else, it may be a byproduct of Panini and Topps maybe recognizing the fact that their retail locations, a lot of them just might not be open to even get the product. Which begs the question of why would they release Flawless if they think their places aren't going to be there to get it. But anyway, I don't know. Jay Allen, you have been looking forward to Gypsy Queen, and you are hoping we find you an autograph. I would love to find you an autograph. I'd love to find everybody an autograph. I like it when you hit good stuff. You know that about me. Doesn't matter that it's only visiting here with me and goes out the door to its permanent home. I still like to hit it. I think it's fun. And there is a Philly, a Bryce Harper chrome variation, followed by the Twins and a Polanco. Ooh, we got a nice little pretty gold one for the Rockies with Charlie Blackmon, numbered 250 with a gold chrome parallel. Woohoo! Yeah, so what I think is going to be interesting, and you know how in, say, from about mid-November until the last day of December, They crank out so many products that it's unbelievable. And we might have weeks where we have 4 new releases or more, and every week you've got 2, 3, 4 products coming out, and it just comes out so fast that you just can't even hardly keep up with all of it. I'm thinking all of these products that do get pushed back, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either when things get ramped back up, they're going to release them kind of all at once, like we have happened to us in November and December. Or if they then in turn push everything else back, instead of having a massive overload for that period of time, we would have an unbelievable overload for that period of time. Because they can't do away with the releases and they can't move them into the next year. They're contractually obligated with their various sports affiliates. So NFL, NBA, all these places require them to release X number of products per calendar year. So it's not like they'll skip releases or whatever. They're all going to go somewhere when we get started back. Eugenio Suarez for my Cincinnati Reds with a missing nameplate. So we might sort of have like a Christmas in July sort of feel. They might, in a period where it might normally be slower, they may decide to dump out 7 million products on us all at once. I don't know. It'd be interesting though, how they handle that. Yeah, Jay Allen says it's all going to get dumped at once. I mean, we don't have a lot of dead periods anymore with trading cards. Truthfully, if we have them, it's generally in January. And once you get past January, things really stay pretty steady throughout the year until speeds up a bit in August and September and then just becomes that crush in November and December. There is A.J. Puck, numbered to 250 for the Oakland A's. So there wouldn't have been a big downtime anyway in, say, May, June, or July. But if all this stuff decides to come out all at once, man, we're going to have party time. That is a little Michael Chavis. And by little, I mean a mini card for the Red Sox. So we'll see what it says, or what they say, rather, what happens. Ooh, hang on a second. Let's grab this mini. I see it sitting there. I want to go ahead and grab it. Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Our autograph is David Peralta. There's a guy you don't see very often for the Diamondbacks. Don't pull his autograph a ton, so that's cool. If you're the Diamondback fan, you probably don't mind having that one. I guess everybody saw that that Thor Syndergaard is out. Going to have Tommy John surgery. So when they do start back this year, he's done for the year and will be done well into next year. So Verlander, of course, had the groin injury, but he may be healed up by the time they start out. His surgery, I think, was only supposed to set him back 4, 5, 6 weeks, something like that. Whereas obviously, we're talking about a totally different time frame there for Syndergaard and his situation. I think that is a short print. I keep going back to it, looking at it. I think that Jackie Robinson is a short print. I believe that it is for the Dodgers. Don't they start at 301? I think they do. That was number 320. I think they're 301. From there onward is short in this product, technically short in this product. So yeah, I'm amazed, like what could Syndergaard have done while everything is shut down to have injured himself and need Tommy John? Because if you needed it and you knew you needed it, you would have gotten it in the off season at the end of last year or whatever. And he certainly wouldn't have been throwing in spring training or any of that. So he's done something to it since they shut everything down, I guess, which has now resulted in the dreaded Tommy John surgery. And right when the Mets were really getting it put together, too, right? I mean, their pitching lineup looked good, got some good young players. They were set up to look pretty nice. Keston Hiura and the Brewers. Our second autograph out for this box, and it is numbered to 150. Estrada for the New York Yankees with the blue parallel. Aw, Jay Allen's giving Syndergaard a hard time. He says he got a paper cut and hurt himself while shaking his hand. Is that really what happened? No, that's not what happened. That can't be what happened. That cannot be what happened. You're just like making that up, right? Surely to gosh, that's not what happened. That would be, well, that would be just almost unbelievable. Of course, Eugenio Suarez for the Reds hurt himself in the swimming pool in the off season. So, you know, but what? I mean, how? No, surely you're making that up. No, okay, he is just kidding. I was like, okay, I'm like, oh my God, if that's really what happened, that is so bizarre. And I always believe you, Jay Allen. Whenever you say stuff that's outrageous like that, I always think, oh, Jay Allen said it. It might be true. Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Toronto Blue Jays. You get me every time, man. Every time I fall for it. And there is another little Cody Bellinger. We saw one for him earlier. Now you have another one. I believe they were both tarot, if I remember correctly. But we may not, by the time we get done with all this, there may not be much of a season left to play anyway. I don't know. I keep thinking we're going to be coming out on the other side of it, but then you hear other places, like we've been shut down here mostly for a couple weeks, Bryce Harper and the Phillies. But there are so many places that haven't been and are just starting to go through that process that I think it kind of pushes everybody back, because then those people will run around and spread it to other people, and then we'll be right back where we started. It would have been better if everybody had kind of stopped all at once. Numbered to 150, that heads to the Minnesota Twins, Arias. And we are done with box number 3. Here comes number 4. Well, Jay Allen, you're not wrong. There has been some outlandish stuff, as you call it, in the past that people have gotten injured doing crazy things, or things that don't sound like they would cause injuries that somehow do cause injuries that have big consequences. So, yeah, honestly, your answer, although creative, you know what, you could see it happening under the right circumstances, I guess. To 150, that's the Colorado Rockies and Trevor Story. Our other chrome box toppers in here, it is Manny Machado for the Padres, and the Phillies get our other chrome, excuse me, with Didi Gregorius. Always liked Didi Gregorius. Of course, he was a Red, Cincinnati Red briefly. I always did like him. So, I don't know. I wonder what all these guys are doing, too, that were in shape, they were ready to go, they were already at spring training, and now you're sitting waiting for an undetermined period of time. Wonder how many of them are like, yeah, I'm just going to sit back and eat some cake and drink some beer and gain some weight. Versus how many of them are like working out every day thinking they need to stay in tip-top shape because they might be called back any moment. Oh, Jay Allen, you have a bunch of land behind your house and you can go run around. So you haven't got the cabin fever yet. Well, that's good. I have a park that backs up to us here, but of course they don't want you going where there are a lot of people. But right now that is one thing I will say. There are some dumb people in our state that do some dumb things in regard to this virus. A group of young people, in fact, had a coronavirus watch party, and don't you know, one of those idiots ended up having it and gave it to a bunch of the other ones the other day. But most people are staying inside the way they've been asked. Although it says we can go out and walk around if there aren't a lot of other people. There truly aren't many people out doing that either. Matt Beatty and the Dodgers with our autograph. So a couple out for the Dodgers already. So if that continues to be the case, then certainly I could probably go walk up to the park and around the park, and there might not be that many people in it. So a missing nameplate for the Yankees with Chapman. And I may end up having to do that at some point, especially now that it's gotten warmer and sun's out. We're not having rain every day and all that. It does definitely make you want to get out and enjoy the change in weather a little bit. Of course, the pollen also makes me want to stay in, so push-pull there. That is for the San Francisco Giants with Brandon Belt. It is numbered to 250. But I don't know. I think optimistically maybe 2-3 more weeks and we'll be maybe starting to get things back on track. Some people think it will be longer. Some people think it will be shorter. I'm hopeful that maybe 2 to 3 weeks will be maybe not totally back to normal, but well on our way back to normal. But I don't know. I'm willing to stay in as long as they tell us to stay in, because I don't want to kill my parents who are elderly. I don't want to kill anybody else's elderly parents or grandparents or anything else. And that's what I'm worried about, that I'd be one of the people who had it and didn't know I had it and gave it to somebody else. Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the Blue Jays. Not that you would ever know it came from you at this point, I guess, because they're not, at least here, they're not doing any of that contact tracing anymore because we have so many cases. They just gave up on that. Numbered to 250, it's the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso for the Mets, with our first numbered tarot card for tonight. Handily numbered on the front. How about that? Always helpful when it's on the front. Oh, Jay Allen, you set up targets and shoot. And you got a big stretch of land behind you then, if you're able to do that. Yeah. I don't shoot, but if I did, I wouldn't want to do it because I would be afraid I'd knock somebody out up in the park, you know? Not realize they were up there and bang, shoot somebody in the park. Because there's a big hill that you go up to get into the park, and you can't see as much what's on the other side of it. Well, you could see it, I guess, to a certain extent, but it would be my luck. I would be out target practice shooting or something, and I would shoot somebody, so yeah, I can't do that. Oh, you got a lot of woods. Very nice. A lot of woods and land in a rural area. That's cool. I would like to... I've always thought about that. I wouldn't mind living on maybe a farm or something, except I don't know if I'd want to take care of a bunch of land. Otani for the Angels is our fortune teller mini. I certainly would like to have it. I just don't know that I want to be responsible for the upkeep of it. Is that awful? It kind of is, isn't it? The Pirates have a missing nameplate with Kevin Newman. And what else are we going to find in here? And another little insert for your Phillies with Bryce Harper and a tarot. Have you ever had your fortune told? Anybody ever read your fortune? When I was in college, I worked Well, I worked several different jobs over the course of time I was in college, different part-time jobs, but this one particular job was at a warehouse where we just sorted parts. That's all we did. Parts would come in this big giant mess of stuff, and we would sort them out by part into these different bins in this warehouse that was otherwise empty, and it was freezing cold in there. It was a winter time. It was really rather brutal, but we often had to sit and wait for stuff to come in. It wasn't just there. And when we were waiting, we could go in the break room where it was warmer. And there was a girl in there who worked to that job, said she wanted to read our palms, and she read everybody's palm. And she told me some really terrible stuff, which fortunately didn't come true. But that kind of cured me of wanting to have any kind of palm reading. So we have a bazooka back, yay, numbered to 25, yay. And on the front, look at that, baby. Fernando Tatis Jr. and the Padres. What a half case this has been so far. I am thoroughly enjoying Gypsy Queen this year. I like it. Jay Allen, you guys said what did you say? No fortune. So I missed, did I miss a fortune teller mini? What did you say I missed? Or I missed a logo on one? What did I miss, guys? You just said no fortune, and then you said no fortune either. So help me out, guys. I'll go back and find whatever it was. But you're going to have to let me know what I missed. And then I'll go back and try and locate it if I can. Nate's here. Nate, you are very welcome for that Tatis. That was an awesome card. I like it a lot. And there's the Dodgers with a nice little tarot insert. I always enjoy the tarot inserts. Fortune Teller Mini, Aaron Judge. Oh, you meant you'd never had your fortune told. Gotcha. Gotcha. See, with some of these things in here, call fortune teller, I'm thinking I missed something. I told you, my mind wanders sometimes. Sorry about that. Michael Chavez with a fortune teller mini, speaking of, for the Red Sox. So yeah, this girl that read my palm, she said I was going to die in a fiery crash before I was 25 or something like that. I was like, wait, what? And I can't remember even what else she said now. She said 3 or 4 different things, and they were all really just heinous, horrible things. So I'm like, dang, man. I later, of course, just thought, that girl probably just don't like me. And so she just made up a bunch of really mean stuff and figured that's a good way to torture me. I don't know. It was really bizarre. The Red Sox and Andrew Benintendi, and the Tampa Bay Rays for Brendan McKay. And we have, well, I don't know if we're supposed to be calling this blue or indigo, but whatever the heck it is, it's the Colorado Rockies. It's numbered to 99, and that is Trevor Story. So we are, of course, now on our last box of this product tonight. So we're going to call forth the last box mojo. Although, frankly, we've already had some really good luck out of this half case. So I'm pleased with the way it's gone so far. And this was sent as literally an odd lot half case. That's why we didn't take out the boxes, number them, and all that stuff, because one of the places sent me a case and a half. Everybody else sent me full cases, but one sent me a case and a half, and I didn't turn down the half as maybe I would have in some years. I said to go on and send it, and I'm glad I did, because we've had some very good hits out of this. Jay Allen needs his Bryce Harper autograph to show up. All right. We'll see what we can do for you. See if we can find it. That was the Cubbies and Javi Baez. And one of our autographs out of this box, we just keep on hitting nice stuff. It is Christian Yelich for the Brewers. I am really digging this half case. Whoever got the other half, I'm going to say they got not the good half. So somebody somewhere is going, yeah, I got a case and a half from my distributor, and my half case is terrible. Meanwhile, we're going, yeah, we got all the good stuff out of it. Paul DeYoung, Fortune Teller Mini, St. Louis Cardinals. I would really prefer to break this as a full case between you and me, but it is difficult to do because there are not enough inserts and things to say that you're not going to ship veteran base, really. And to break a whole case of it and then try to ship it would be horrible. Syndergaard, speaking of him, got a little logo swap up there at the top for the Mets. Yeah, it would be a really hard sort and ship to do a full case. Austin Meadows, Tampa Bay Rays. The only way we could do it is if veteran base didn't ship, and that doesn't leave a tremendous amount in this particular product, so I think we'll probably have to stick to half case quantities in this and let everything ship, I think. Jay Allen said if you could, you would help me sort the full case. Well, you know, if you lived close to me, I would put you to work. You always offer up and say if you lived nearby, you'd do it. And, buddy, I would have you working hard. You don't think I would, but I would. Jay Allen would have like a whole other full-time job just sitting right here sorting cards. I would do it. Oh, Steven says there's been no good fortune for the Nationals in here. I know, we haven't seen a lot for them, have we? But maybe still yet. We still have another autograph to find before we close out this box, I believe. So, we might yet find you a National. We're going to try, Steven. See if we can't get your mojo turned around for Washington. Because this is not a brutal break in terms of the amount of time it takes. Not at all. And that is one reason I would say, yeah, let's just do the whole case. We could knock it out in, I don't know, hour and a half or so probably. But then the sort for all of that would take, by the time it was actually sorted, prepared for shipping, and shipped, gosh, I don't know, I'm going to say probably 10 hours or something. It would take a very long time. Nico, last autograph out is for the Cubbies with your rookie, Nico Hornerer. So, all in all, I'm happy with our hits. I think we got some nice stuff. I know a few of you didn't hit what you were hoping to hit, and I am sorry about that. But as a whole, I do think we did pretty well in here. Gleyber Torres, Fortune Teller Mini for the Yankees. Cincinnati Reds and Nick Senzel. So we'll probably break Gypsy Queen again. Maybe Tuesday night. We might get back to it Tuesday. Probably will. Try and work it in again about then. Because I've got all this other stuff already scheduled in and taken, of course, the weekend off to get taxes done. Number 250 for the Seattle Mariners. That is Yusei Kikuchi with our black and white parallel. Maybe I'll try to pay attention when I'm sorting this and see if every team would have something if we didn't ship veteran base. In other words, with the parallels, the rookies and whatever, I might try and make a point of seeing Acuna and the Braves, if every team would have something or not, if we were to do it that way. My gut feeling is there just wouldn't be enough cards to go around if we stripped out veteran base. All right, we are almost done, but meanwhile, we do have a variation for the Angels with a missing nameplate, Tommy La Stella. All right. Jay Allen says the slump is still going. But you know what? I mean, didn't you just recently hit like a ton of stuff? I know you did. It wasn't that long ago that I shipped you like a whole bunch of Colorado Rockies and something. And it's been within just the last little bit here that you have had some good runs of stuff. Maybe not exactly what you wanted, i.e. not the Harper autograph or whatever, but you've definitely hit some stuff recently. So now there are probably, guys, there may be more variations that are in the base that I didn't catch when we were going through. I should catch it when I'm sorting, hopefully, but even if I somehow didn't catch it at all, you're still going to get it because all the cards are shipping in here. So the Angels and Tommy La Stella had a missing nameplate. This is number 250 for the Mariners and Yusei Kikuchi with the black and white parallel, which technically I meant to put up there, but anyway. And the Mets have a logo swap with Syndergaard, missing nameplate for the Pirates, a missing nameplate for the Yankees. I believe that this is a short print for Robinson. I think they start at 301, and that card, of course, is 320, so I think it's an SP. It's a missing nameplate Suarez for the Reds, black and white, numbered to 50, Wilson Ramos for the Mets. The logo swap for the Oakland A's with Matt Olson, a logo swap for the Tampa Bay Rays, and a missing nameplate for the Babe and the New York Yankees. Now, in addition to our black and white numbered cards, which we already saw because I had them stacked in the wrong stack, some more numbered cards to 99. That is for the Rockies. Numbered to 250. That one's for the Mets. Numbered to 250, the Giants. Numbered to 150, the Rockies. The Twins to 150. And to 250 for the A's. Numbered 250, that's the Rockies. The Diamondbacks to 250. And Michael Chavis to 99 for the Red Sox, followed by, look at that, Michael Chavis to 150 for the Red Sox. And then we have the Cardinals to 250, followed by the New York Yankees to 150. So those are our numbered cards and any variations that I caught as we went through it live. And of course, we had the Fortune Teller Minis and the Tarot, but since none of those were numbered, we're not going to recap those right now. Then we have Nico Horner for the Cubbies, autograph. Christian Yelich and the Brewers have an autograph. This little beauty right here, I love this card, love it. Fernando Tatis Jr., San Diego Padres. It's great to begin with, but the back makes it so much better. It's the Bazooka back and numbered to 25. The Dodgers with Matt Beatty. And then you have one for the Yankees, numbered to 150 with Estrada. The Diamondbacks and Peralta, followed by a little Garcia coming out for the Cubbies. I had forgotten about him, so the Cubs ended up with a pair. Here's another one for the Dodgers. This one's numbered to 99. It's Max Muncy. Colby Allard or Allard, I've never known which way it's pronounced, for the Texas Rangers. And this beautiful card right here was the first one we saw tonight. Mr. Yordan Alvarez for the Houston Astros. So pretty good half case, right? I mean, I think so. I really do. I like it. So it's good. I know if you didn't hit what you wanted, you might be a little bit like, it wasn't very much fun, but it kind of was good. We did hit good stuff. I wish we had hit something for everybody, but I know we didn't. All right, we do have a little bit of spreadsheet info I'll throw up here again. If you missed it earlier, here's another look at it. Hoping to have all this out the door by Monday. Might be able to get it out the door faster if I can. I will. But just kind of generally plan on Monday. If you see it go sooner, you will be pleasantly surprised. We do not have to worry about consolation cards in this particular break because all the cards are shipping. And every team is going to get a nice little package of cards. And what else do we need to look at? What's coming up in the days ahead? So tomorrow night, we're going to break 3 cases. Inception Baseball, full case, Panini One Football, master case, which is 20 boxes. It's 2 10-box enters in a larger box. I know, right? But that's what they call them. And then Leaf Metal Draft, which is a new release for tomorrow. Yeah, on a Thursday. You can leave it to Leaf to do a Thursday new release. Spots are going to be sold by the first letter of the last name since these guys have not yet been drafted. It's got 60 or 70 hits in it too, so lots of hits. Friday night, we have more new releases. We will start at 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific time, and we are going to have some real fun National Treasures football. Woohoo! And then a 16-box case quantity of Prism Draft Picks football. That is a collegiate product. So once again, spots will be sold by first letter of the last name since it's going to be full of guys who haven't been drafted yet. And those are loose boxes from shared cases, meaning half the case came from one distributor, half the case came from another distributor. I'm going to marry them together to make our 16-box case quantity on Friday night. Saturday and Sunday are both off nights. Monday night, we're going to roll through Inception Baseball, Impeccable Basketball, and National Treasures Football all by the full case. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't wait. Steve says, thank you for the break. Well, you are welcome, sir. I appreciate you being here. I hope we do see you again. And Jay Allen says Thursday should always be Leafs release date. I don't know about that. I don't know. It's weird having it on a Thursday. And honestly, from a shipping standpoint, I think it's challenging for them to get it to everywhere on a Thursday because some places, of course, are 1-day ship. Some are 2, some are 3, some are 4, some are 5. So they would really have to stagger out. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do it as easily on Thursday as on Friday, I suppose. But I don't know. I guess I'm just so accustomed to it being Wednesday and Friday that Thursday just seems weird to me. I just want to go, no, don't give us a new one on Thursday. But they're going to anyway, so there you have it. All right, kids, that is it for me tonight. I will be back at it tomorrow night, so I hope I will see you again then. We've got lots of fun stuff to open. But if not then, come back and see me sometime soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.